everybody. Happy Thursday. I knew what day it was. I knew. I was testing you. Anywho, hello to Smiley and Kenya and Mary and Jess. Welcome. Smiley, your Snorlax, adorable. James, look at this.
Oh my god.
It's a blanket yarn Snorlax.
I love it.
James is a Snorlax expert. It's his favorite Pokemon. So, yeah. Also Mary already asked, and I see you're feeling a little better. I'm glad Kenya is thinking about you. It looks so good. How big is it? I can't tell. I don't know if Silicons is here yet. Because Silicons was working on a gauge swatch for their very first cardigan and was getting frustrated by it. And I was like, let me see the yarn that it has and everything else. And let me tell you all something. I tried doing the gauge swatch that it recommended. And even me, right? Silly was like, so it's not just a me thing? And I'm like, no, girl, like, this is really weird. Like, this gauge swatch is not swatching. It's like a foot tall. That's Snorlax.
I found my people.
I want one.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. So I've been like trying to figure out what size hook she would need. It doesn't. Hold on. Let me show you all. And if anyone else wants to give it a shot, you're welcome to, okay? Like the gauge and everything like that. If anyone else wants to give it a shot. But this doesn't make any sense. Okay. This is the cardigan that Silly got. Right? Oh, here, I can zoom in. Okay. The gaps in that don't look huge. Also, hi, Georgina. Right? The spacing, it doesn't look gigantic. The pattern, Silly's been great and has only, like, shared, you know, the little, like, here's the gauge swatch. The gauge is 11 single crochets. Should be 4 inches. I finally got 4 inches. Okay? I finally got that. And then it says 12 rows should be 8 inches. Y'all, I'm using an L hook, which is an 8 millimeter hook. This said to use a 5 for the pattern. This said to use a 5 millimeter hook for the pattern. I'm on an 8 before I'm even getting close to the right gauge. Like, yeah. So, because Silly doesn't have all the hook sizes like I do. And so that's why I was like, I'll play around with it a little bit for you. So I want to show her where I'm at. To be like, maybe try getting like an L and an M hook. What yarn? A 4-weight. It's a 4-weight it comes with. And the pattern, right, because it tells you to do 12 rows in pattern. The pattern is 1 row single crochet, the next row double crochet. And it repeats those 2. So it's just a single crochet, then a double crochet. It's nothing super fancy. And like, imagine, so sometimes kits also sell hooks with them. Imagine if she bought the hook with the kit. That wouldn't have worked. What? What? Lordy Lou. Anyhow. So, I have to show Silly when she gets in. Because I'm using like a 4-weight that I just had lying around, messing around with it. I don't know. Hi, Sharn. How are you? You see my shirt?
Nice.
It's my GlueCon shirt. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye. But yeah, that's not even close to the right hook size, so. Also, Kenya, there's not enough snow right now to give you any kind of photo. It's like leftover barely anything from last time. It's just flurrying. Clicky. Yeah, just flurries right now. Hi, ma'am. What are you doing? You got a swishy tail. Possible snow meadow dragon photos, though? Listen, give me enough snow for that, please. I would freak out. I would be so excited. Hello. Hi, Pippin. I didn't try to get this camera set up. I can try. Oh my god. I made a very emotional, like, TikTok. Tonight's TikTok is going to be all about all the little critters who are coming to visit the back step. And then I filmed another one that will get posted, like, right before the app goes away. And I was, like, I was in all my feels about it. In all the feels. I was on a feels trip. Oh, good, it worked. Oh, Lord. Are you coming over? Let me move my bag that my yarn is in. Pippin. Look what I have. I have your scritcher brush. Oh, hello. Hello. That's my favorite thing. I love this. It was such a good idea. Oh my goodness. Best idea. Can I turn this bag? It's gonna move a little, but it's okay. There you go. Come back. Come on. That's a girl. See, I made more room for you. Now everyone can see your cuteness. Oh, hi. You're coming right over. Hello. She's like, I'm right here. Oh, thank you. Pippin, Kenya loves you. Do you love her? What you think? Do you love her too? She sent you one of those toys you love to play with. Kenya, if you ever need, you know, a way to scratch cats who like to flop, might I suggest a back scratcher? An extendable one? She said, I don't know, Mom, that lady sounds weird, and like she would steal me if she had the chance. Listen, Kenya's welcome to come to this house anytime. She can snuggle all the babies. There's fur. You can snuggle all the babies, including that one. Patch would probably like you. Patch doesn't like anyone. And he'd probably be like, yeah, she's okay. Hi. So last night, he's never done this. Maple was just lying on me making biscuits. Look at that. He was just like... making such good biscuits. Like, he makes biscuits, but like I wasn't petting him or anything, and he was just like, time to make the biscuits, and I'm like, oh my god, please. Please, yes. Hello. Sorry, did I stop? Sorry. And she and Maple had a good interaction again. Part of me wants to just open the baby gate and let the chaos ensue. Just whatever's gonna happen. Like, look at these friendly babies. Because I think that he would want to play with her, and I think that she would be like, oh, okay. Do you think that too? Do you think that too? You got distracted? Mark Emily late to stream. She was distracted. No, I'm kidding. Welcome in. What were you distracted by? Something fun? Is it a critter? Is it the snow? Imagine if people took freaking attendance on streams. Ew. Gross. Look at the babies, I know. Just sweet babies. Work and Sims kits, valid. I would make it my personal mission to cancel them. Yeah. Gross behavior. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Hi, Mom! I'm working on a sweater. It'll look like this. And this is my yarn. It's like mustard with little flecks of color. For me, yes. I have so much yarn that I bought with like a purpose. Like, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make this. And then I never did. Because I get distracted by making other things. Or I end up making stuff to sell or whatever, and that's fine. But now, after I did all my inventory and I organized everything, I have so much yarn for projects for me that I never did. And I'm like, okay, well then it's time to start actually working on some of these things because I have so much yarn for projects that aren't for stream or for gifts or for whatever. So, yeah. Very relatable. Oh my god. The Pokemon image lied. I was like, I freaked out. And then I read it, and it's actually a dugong. Fine. I was like, hold up. Hold up. I gotta throw the best ball I got. No, it's a dugong. Is it snowing by you, Mom? It's snowing here. Hi, Scrappy. I am using my new desktop yarn spindly thing I got for Christmas. Yeah. It just... Wee. It's very nice. Because I couldn't find the center pull. And I didn't want the yarn just like flopping all over the floor, so... It's so fun to do that, yeah.
Is Mom getting snow?
I just asked, but she didn't answer, so either she came and she left, or she doesn't like listening to me either.
Oh.
Like you.
I listen to you.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
How long is that print supposed to be, by the way? Okay, bye.
Were you asking me a question?
Yes!
Sorry, what's that? How long was the print?
Yes.
Okay. Well, originally, right, it was 6 days when I started it.
Okay.
I don't know where we're at now.
It's been 5.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's getting close.
You might want to look into how to, like, replace the heating thing.
Yeah.
So maybe do that while you're...
Can do.
Okay. That was... so spot on. I listen as he walks away mid-question. So rude. Men. You are right. Hi, Allison. My mom's probably gone again. I forgot to tell her that the bowl got to you there safely. So, looking at the box that the bowl was inside the box. Oh, hi. Oh, okay. Are you guys getting snow? We're getting snow. It's flurries right now, but not yet. Also, a wild dog in chat. That's Allison. And she ordered Ryan's bowl for me because she lives in the UK. And it arrived and it's safe. So now it just has to get to me in one piece. But Allison, that box that you... Oops. This image... Okay. This box... I'm pretty sure that's what was sent to me. I don't think it was in another box. Like, I think that was... Because when I look at the packing... So I think that they just sent me that... Look, it looks so good. And it's not got a crack down the middle. But I think that it was just sent in that flimsy little inside box and not in another protective outer box. Oh no, really? Back where I used to live in New Jersey, I had like the nicest post office people. There was always like a line there though. But they were always nice. Here, like, I feel as though it's always someone different. Until 3 stitches remain, skip to 1 single in the final. Your post office person was also super nice in Jersey? It's all just one box? That's 2 boxes. 1 box, 2 boxes. Ah. Okay. Oh, that's just cardboard that they placed on top to keep it from moving. Oh, in that case, yeah, that was definitely how it was sent to me. In just 1 box. I see what you mean. Hello. You mean like there was something that was held at the post office that you had to pick up? I'm confused. It was moving around, Annie? You were so anxious. Oh. Oh, well, unfortunately, that probably is a rule. I get that they probably could have said it in a nicer way. But, like, if you had to go and pick it up at the post office, that unfortunately might be a rule. But honestly, the way that people say things that they don't have any control over can matter too. Like, sorry, I can't do that for you today. Versus, like, no. You know? Are you hiding from your sister? Huh. I wonder why they have that. Like, the company that mails them has that in place. That's interesting. Answer. Yeah. I mean, I don't know the pattern, but yeah, that you could do that. Absolutely. Don't go messing with your hook sizes without talking to me first, maybe. But other than that, I think you'll be fine. Yeah, well, you use two different hook sizes instead of just one. That was your fatal flaw. There was nothing wrong with it otherwise. You just don't want to change your hook size when you're making an amigurumi. I matched it to the yarn, my bad. No, and honestly, that's like such a valid way to do it. Logically it makes sense, but unfortunately crafting isn't always like logical. Pippin is out there right now playing with the ball tower, having the best time ever. I can just hear the balls like getting smacked around in the ball tower. I love that she plays with it by herself. It has to be the hardest way possible, yeah. She loves that ball tower. I know. She has one out in the breezeway with her. She has the one in the living room. It honestly reminds me a lot of when Maple first came in. Maple loved the ball tower too. He still plays with it. It's just that he bounces around between what he likes to play with. But when he first came in, he was obsessed with it too. Morning, Emily.
I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh, ugh.
Happy Subaversary.
Subaversary. Emily, thank you for the 46 months of subs. Let me open up the emote. You'll get to pick a spot to erase, and you also get to pick a color for your paper chain. Your paper star. Same thing. Paper. Ooh, pretty. And I'm gonna hydrate. What color star would you like? I love this yarn too. I agree. Deep blue, please. I haven't cut that one yet, so I get to cut one now. I'm like going through the colors and cutting them all. So don't worry. And while I get that, open recent, this one. I'm out of balls! No! Not my balls! Okay, while I cut this, Emily, what number would you like for me to erase for you? $38 looks good. I need to like rehook up my drawing tablet. Doing this with a mouse is like so... Nailed it. Hooray. You think you figured out the top portion, but you're working on the bottom? You think you've got it? Do I have a magic wand selector? Yes, but they're on different layers. I have 3 layers because I draw the emotes on my iPad. So they changed Doritos here and made them crunchier. I don't care about the square shape so much. But what? I hate when they change like flavors of things. Like one of my biggest angry food things, and it seems so silly, but like cheddar Chex Mix was the safe food. It was a good food. I enjoyed it. And then they went ahead and they made it bolder. And they changed the flavor. And now it's no longer my safe food. My brain be like, they don't taste the same if they're in squares. Yeah. I hate that so much. I hate that too. Hi, welcome back. Yeah, that happens. You find like one thing you like, they discontinue it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's like finding toys that my dog likes. Like his favorite ones, they'll just like up and discontinue, and it's like, oh, thank you. Thank you for removing like one of the things that he liked. Love that. Like the cats aren't super particular about their toys. Artie has her mouse. That's her favorite toy in the world. But we have so many backups. Patches, bones, rip. I know. I know. I think that I just can't do this when I'm on camera. I think I just get like Animals are neurodivergent, I'm sure of it. Oh, yes. Because I tested this paper. I was trying to figure out if I liked it better cutting them long ways or short ways. So I did both. And I tested this. I folded the paper on my own. And I was fine. And I do it on camera, and all of a sudden I like don't know how to freaking do this. I get angry. I don't know if anyone else gets like that. Like, this is making me mad. Because this is not supposed to be difficult. This is something that I've done. And, like, this is not a difficult thing to do. Mouse. I can't find any. Oh my gosh. He knew. Oh no. That's the worst. I hate that. We had literally over 100. It's his cat's favorite toy. There we go. We got the star. Okay. Into the star jar. Boop. Thank you for your resub. I appreciate you. Wolf doesn't know what to do with himself because he decides what he decides to do depends on your routine. Yeah. Mhm. Oh yes. Animals are definitely neurodivergent. They know their times. They know when things are meant to happen, and if they don't happen at those times, they get very confused. It was a wholesome interaction. I love that. And his cat is probably like, oh my god! This is the best! Diesel sets the routine at your mom's. That's true. How many of our own routines get placed around our animals? My stream time is placed around when I feed myself and my animals. I'm very, like, particular about all of that. There's more? Like, if you just, like, gave him, like, 30 of them, imagine if he just, like, presented all of them at once and then, like, put them, you know, away. But, like, I've seen videos where people, like, dump a box full of tennis balls out for, like, a dog who loves tennis balls, and I just, the way that I picture their little brains just being like, I don't know what to do with myself. Starts pitter-pattering around the bed. Wants to know who your kids are. Oh, that's so sweet. That's like sometimes when my alarm goes off. Normally, so Patch is really funny. If James and I are both waking up at the same time, right? James didn't go to work early or get to bed late. As soon as my alarm goes off, Patch is like, let's go. It's game time. If it's just me, he's like, he lazily gets up and he's like, I guess we can start the day. But like there's also times where he won't even like I'll snooze my alarm and he ends up going back to sleep too, and all of a sudden I wake up 30 minutes later in a panic because I'm like, "Oh my god." But there's also times when I get this. When he just comes over and he just puts his little and he's like, "Hello, mother. It is time. It is time for me to go poo in the yard." You and the dog together. Yeah, absolutely. I know. He's a cutie. I sat back down, took a craft, and never made yourself a plate. Yeah, I'm the kind of neurodivergent that doesn't miss a meal. Like unless I was anxious and like I'm eating later or something. And I know that like we've talked about this before too. Sometimes food just doesn't sound good. Like the food you have in the house doesn't sound good. So you put off eating for a while and then all of a sudden all food sounds bad. That's the only time that I ever am like late to eating something. I don't know if it's like my food or my food. I don't know if it's my medicine. I don't know if it's just my brain. But like I'm hungry throughout the day. Sometimes feeding yourself is so much more effort than feeding your pets. Yeah. Listen, your pets eat the same like kibble or wet food or whatever every day. Oh, hello again. Oh, it's heated bedtime. So there's just routine or say goodnight to your mom. He came inside but would not go to bed. I had to go back to the living room. He checked, made her sit down, and then he could go to bed. That's like my parents' dog, Maggie, is also very particular about, like, she checks on everyone, like both my parents, before she goes and lays down in her bed for bed. Like, they have to be, you know, like they have to have brushed their teeth and gone to the bathroom and be in their bed. And then she's like, okay, very good. Good night. It's been bagels for weeks. Yeah, this week they sound horrible. Yes. Oh my gosh. I literally go through that. Like, my lunch is set. My lunch has been peanut butter for as long as I can remember. It's crunchy peanut butter now. It used to be smooth peanut butter. I would not touch crunchy peanut butter. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, I cannot touch smooth peanut butter. Give me crunchy. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. But breakfast for me does rotate, like what foods I like. And mine has been cinnamon raisin bagels for a long time. But you're right, it'll absolutely change because there are times when that all of a sudden just sounds terrible. And you don't know what actually sounds good. You're like trying to figure it out, but you can't. Oh, ma'am. I'm like, oh, we can get Artie on the oh. In between Tennessee fruit or something like, yeah. Needs to prove it, of course. When you're between safe food obsessions, Wait, am I going to get what? What's happening? Oh, like the card set? Is it the new cards? I haven't bought Pokemon cards in decades. But can I tell you one of the things I'm most proud of is that I have a full complete set of 151, the original cards, like no remakes, no remasters. They're the original ones from the 90s. It's one of my most proud accomplishments. My brother helped me get the last two. Because I was missing two. And it was like so hard to find online where they weren't like ridiculous prices. And he found the last two at like flea markets and bought them for me for one Christmas. Yeah, do you want to see them? Do you want to see my cards? They're inside a binder that I colored when I was a child with like my favorite of each type. Oh, yes. Look at this. Hold on. Hang on. You know what I'll do? I'll tilt this. There we go. I also... Is there my real name in here? I totally went to the Pokemon Trading Card League game thing. And I went to one event because it was a lot. It was overwhelming. So I have the book. I never actually did more than that. It was at like a Barnes or a Borders back in the day. That was the bookstore. Yeah, hold on, wait. Excuse me, Artie. I've also been told that some of the ones that I have are worth a lot of money, and I'm like, that's great. I'm not selling them. Thank you. They're all the original ones with like the original shadow on the card, and like you can see the dates on them. 95, 96, 98. Like they all have that. Man, I loved Borders. I understand about some being rare and therefore more expensive, but it's still just a card, yeah. So this was me, right? Like when you look at their number, this is number 35, Clefable's number 36, and Vulpix is number 37. I accidentally left a spot for a Pokemon that doesn't exist. And I could have moved them all back. But that would have required a lot. And some of them lined up really nicely. So I left it. Maybe one day I'll move them all. But if you're like, oh, Megan, you're missing one. I'm not. I'm just dumb. I should make up my own for 36 and a half. Whatever Pokemon, we should come up with one. It should be an opossum. I don't think there's an opossum Pokemon. Yeah. This was one of the cards that my brother helped me find, was the Nidoking. I needed a Nidoking, and he helped find that one for me. That was the last card that I got. The Weremousicorn! That's it. Yeah, like, look at this. Look at those. Look at how those line up. That's beautiful. 1, 2, 3 evolutions. Heck yes. I mean, it doesn't continue, but you know what? It's fine. Was Hitmonlee ever a shiny? Because Hitmonchan is, and I don't have Hitmonlee as a shiny, which to me says that I'm missing it as a shiny. Hold on, I'm snoozing ads for a minute. And Chansey was the other one I was missing. Because I'm pretty sure I traded my Chansey for this Charizard. Worth it! The littlest of woo. Oh no, my bot's off. Not me streaming the whole time with my bot off. And then I discovered probably one of the expensive cards. That was a good call, yeah. Then I've discovered that evidently one of my Mewtwo's is supposedly really rare / expensive because one has a purple background and one has a blue background. I don't know if you can. This one has a blue background. Do you see that? And this one's purple. I don't know. I don't know which one's the expensive one. This one has a shadow and this one doesn't. Too. The little shadow next to the... That was something that mattered too. Any of the legendary birds, like when the movie came out, like special cards? No. I do have the special Mew card that came out from the movie. And then I had a friend who was, well, one of these people that, like, was your friend, but she was actually a bitch. And she was Korean. And so she had cards, like international cards, and gave me some. So these are some of the... I freaking love this Pikachu. I think it's my favorite card. Like... That's a badass Pikachu. And this Alakazam is pretty cool too. Like some of the artwork was, I love the Abra too. Some of the artwork's the same and some of it was different. Look at this cute little Eevee. Oh my god. And they have, like, the pocket monster back. Because that's how they look in the, like, international. Then these are, yeah, these are all 96. These are all cards from 1996. Togepi is my mom's favorite Pokemon. So, yeah, that's my binder. I'm very proud of it. Thank you for letting me show you my nerds. My nerd stuff. And Diglett. Mom, did you see the Diglett in Pokemon Go that was wearing a bowler hat? Let me show everyone, including you, in case you missed it, because this is it. This is the silliest thing. It's a thumb with a hat. I mean, let's be real here. Mm-hmm. Hang on, it's making me log back in. Okay, we're gonna have a stretch break here in a second. So ads are gonna play if you're not subscribed. Are you ready for takeoff? Dynamax, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres are about to land. Oh, cool. Oh, it looks like you might still be able... Look at what's here. Stop it. God damn it, Whooper. With your little hat here, have a berry. Get in the ball. The hat! I know! Thank you, Whooper. Very good. Okay. Hang on. Look at this. Look at this. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I don't have enough Diglett candy. I do have, rare candy, so I could make them because I want to see what happens, because when I evolve it, that's a Doug Trio with a hat on. No, that's my dad's account. They're on my dad's phone because my mom's phone goes directly into her hearing aids. So that way they can... my dad's phone, they can hear without having to do anything. But with my mom's phone, she has to change settings. It's pretty cool how, like, the hearing aid connects like that. This is mom typing, not dad. Yes. Smiley, you're out of balls! Quick, buy balls! Oh my gosh, wait, we're at 4,930 followers. That follow earlier got us there. Okay, we'll be right back. Buy balls, Smiley, balls! Okie dokie. Nicely done. Also, let me put that back. Look at that cutie. That sweet baby. Her using her other leg as a pillow for her head. Baby. Oh, so mom slash dad. Are you still there? Okay. So, I don't know if you saw, chat was telling me that the US has banned red dye number 3 being in food. They need to ban all dyes, honestly. But, you saw that? We were talking about how silly it is to have, like, dye added to anything. Like, my shampoo is lavender. And guess what color it is? It's white because it still smells like lavender even though it's not purple. It doesn't need to be a color to have a smell. It is a start, yes. Silly! Silly, you're here. Okay, I have an update for you on your swatch. First thing, I would honestly suggest reaching out to the company and being like, hi, is there an issue? I think that there's an issue with your pattern and your swatching because your gauge is off. Multiple people have tried it and no one can get the gauge right. Okay? This is the closest I've gotten because I feel like if I went any bigger, it would look really gappy, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like that like I wouldn't do a hook bigger than that, but this is an L, which is an 8mm hook that I got it on. So this is 4 inches chain wise, and I only did half the rows, and it's at it's like 3.25 inches. So if it's supposed to be 8, this would be about 7. So it's not terrible, but again, I don't think I would go much bigger than that. I feel like if you went bigger than that, you're going to get a lot of gaps. Like, it's going to be a very breezy. Look at how you can like see through it already. I wouldn't go bigger than that. But yeah, if you want to get an L hook and give it a shot. And again, my thing with reaching out to Hirschner's is also because like some of these places sell them as like kits, like you can buy the hook too. And imagine if you bought the kit with the hook and you got the H hook, which is a 5mm hook, and you need it to be 3mm larger. That doesn't make sense. No, you'll be okay. It's a cute kit. The customer service there is pretty good. So like I feel like if you reach out to them, they might be able to like take a look at stuff too. Cuz I did try like a backwards search to see like some companies, Lion Brand for instance, they sell a lot of kits that are patterns you can buy elsewhere. It's just that like they sell the pattern with the yarn, so like that's the kit. So I went to see if you could find like this pattern anywhere else besides Hirschner's, and it doesn't look like you can. So I was kind of hoping that maybe like it was, you know, somewhere else and you could see like what other people were saying. But listen, this is not, there's no reason for you to be like, I shouldn't have bought this kit. It shouldn't be wrong. It's not your fault that they wrote things weirdly. That's a them issue, not you. And, here I am doing the gauge swatch and I'm not getting it either. So, am I dumb? Am I the one making the problem? Am I the one making the mistake? No. That's two people that can't get the gauge swatch that they recommend. Maybe they made a mistake with the gauge swatch then. If you have multiple people trying to swatch it and it's not working, maybe you need to adjust your swatch or your pattern. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel bad by like telling you what I found. Oh, well they have an email. So you can email them. You don't even have to talk, if that helps. And if you want like to come up with an email together, I'll be happy to help you with like writing up a question. And then you just have to send it. Because it's, your order. I don't know that I've ever gotten the wrong order at a restaurant before. I hate having to call, yeah. No, calling is the worst. Especially because, like, then you're on hold for, like, ever. And either, like, the music is bad or it's, like, the same message over and over again. Your call is very important to us. Oh, my God. Then why am I still on hold? It's also hard when it's like a new kit and so there's not like reviews that you can look at or like see what other people are saying. Because again, the only way that you're getting that gauge with that size hook is if it's like do 12 repeats of the pattern, not 12 rows. Because like if you had to do 12 repeats, like you were doing the single crochet row and the double crochet row 12 times, then yeah, you would get it at that hook size, but you're not. They have it as 12 rows. Look at her toe beans.
I'm an arts and crafts
Goodness.
master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh, ugh.
It's been more than half a year already since I found you. Where does time go?
I don't know. Tigers, thank you so much for the 7-month resub. Let me... First, what color would you like for your paper star? Let me know. Purple. Light, medium, or dark? Light, you got it. And what number would you like me to erase for you? Seven, 1, 4. 37, you got it. Oh, we just erased 38 earlier. Very exciting. It's the first Pokemon you've caught in a long time. Congratulations. Oh, Lord. There we go. Save. The gauge swatch has to be off because you and I tried it with the requested hook and other hooks going up to 8mm and still cannot reach the requirement for the gauge. Is looking on what the gauge swatch is looking for or how to know when. Well, yeah, so... And I can send you a picture if you want to include, like, that this is what it looks like with an 8mm hook and that you're worried about going up larger causing gaps in the work that aren't, you know, there in the picture. If that makes sense. Like, where's my little gauge guy? Gauge guy. And so you're just wondering if the gauge is right/wrong, or if the hook that is mentioned using in the pattern is right or wrong. Because you haven't had luck with getting the gauge to match. Oh, do you want me to include the hook in that picture? I can do that if you would like. I don't know that it is, but if you want it, it's easy enough to take a second picture. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it works nicely. Come back here, paper. I'm gonna make a blanket of granny squares. You've never done it before? That'll be fun. Also, I feel like everybody is like, I'm gonna make a blanket with granny squares at some point in their crochet journey. And it's okay if you never finish that blanket or if you decide this is actually not a blanket that I want to finish. It's great if you do, but also don't feel guilty. Because I feel like a lot of us, we learn a lot when we make granny square blankets, and then all of a sudden we're like, wow, the whole world is opened up. The whole world of crochet patterns has opened up for me now, and all of a sudden we want to make all the projects. If that makes sense. And that's okay. Like, I undid a start on a granny square blanket that I never actually got around to finishing. So, if that happens, just know that you're not alone in that. But they're fun to make. I feel like I have to do it at some point. Hooray! Here's Tigress's star. Hang on. Star for Tigress. Into the jar. Yay! Thank you so much for your resub. Whee! Yeah, absolutely.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh my goodness. Amanda! Welcome, Raiders! How are you? How was your stream? What were we getting up to in the studio today? Here you go. Hello, Spookerific. Welcome in. Let me get a raid star. We're doing paper stars this year for subs, resubs, gift subs, and raids. And so anytime we get a raid, one of these little gold paper stars gets put in this jar. And we're going to fill it up as much as we can. The speckle in that yarn is pretty. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. And I am making, I'll show you all. It's a free pattern. So if anyone wants to make it themselves, that is the pattern. But this is what it'll look like. And I just think it's so cute. And I love this yarn for it. So pockets, heck yeah. Like actual pockets that you could put like a phone in. Like it's a decent sized pocket. But thank you for bringing the community over. What were you working on today? Y'all, if you're not already following Play in the Mud, you should be. I've rated them. There's cats over there. There's ceramics. There's wheel throwing and glazing and all sorts of fun stuff to be had over there. It almost looks like bobble stitches in the pattern. Yeah. It's, again, this is a free pattern, so I don't mind talking about the pattern with you all. Like, I wouldn't talk about a pattern that isn't free in, like, this kind of detail. But it's just, you do a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet in one stitch, and then you skip 2 stitches. And like that's what makes the design. Like this almost like bobble like thing. Here you can kind of see how the height looks. And then when you skip the 2 stitches, it pulls those the longer ones across to fill the gap of the skip stitches. And so it kind of like leans a little bit. You are not silly for liking bobble stitches. Made a blanket using a stitch. It's great. Yeah. I like back stitching. And a lot of people who do cross stitch don't. So different people like different things. We're throwing. You made 100 mugs today? How long? How long were you live for? That's wild. It was very muggy in the studio. Huh. Huh. But thank you for bringing everybody over. I appreciate it. May try this pattern then? Yeah. Yeah, they have really nice patterns and they're free. Which is great. Like, they get their revenue from all the bajillion... I mean, you all saw all the pop-ups that were on the website when I showed you the pattern I was making. Like, look at this. Hold on. There's... Oops. There's like a million... There's so many pop-ups and things. But yeah. The patterns are there. It's free. And I love the fact that we have like size inclusivity. We got up to 5XL, and you can measure too to like make sure that it's gonna fit like the size that you make, and they tell you how many skeins you need based on your size that you're making. But we love to see it. We love to see it. On the closed caption in the dyslexic font. Yay! Oh, good. No, closed captions are super important to me. My mom is here, or she was here, and she is hard of hearing. We always grew up with closed captions on. And like in my household, my husband and I, neither one of us are hard of hearing, but we always have the closed captions on. It's just, I don't know, it makes more sense that way a lot of times. And I really liked that this closed captioning software offered the dyslexic font, because I know that just makes it even more friendly, if you will, to like the general populace. Losing his hearing, we've gone to movie theaters that use closed captions. Yeah, those are really neat. There is your raid star. Into the jar it goes. Yeah, this, I use Pixel. Pixelchat.tv if you wanted to look. It's free. You just have to have a window open on your computer it's listening to me. But it's nice. It's free. And if you like ever co-stream or work with someone else, you can actually have, I forgot to do this when Lumi and I were co-streaming, but I could actually have we could share. Like, so it could have both of us being captured at the same time. I have to try that next time. When I was looking through some of their older ones. Oh, that's cool. Funny thing, a friend of mine has trouble reading the dyslexic font. And there are some people who find the dyslexic font more difficult. I think that's just like anyone, though. Like any one person could have more difficulty with something that's meant to help. Like, hello, we were talking about medicines, and the medicine that helps one person hurts another. So it's tricky. It'd be nice if I was able to have you all pick, but I feel like this way is just the best way, because it's also, when I upload the VODs to YouTube, then the captions are embedded. So I don't have to worry about doing captions again. It's already there. Because I like that aspect of it. Auditory processing is also a thing. Yes. Not counting the scenes where background noise is so loud that you can't hear the actors speaking. Or sometimes, like we've been watching Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew. We're watching that after stream. I'm very excited. And sometimes they say things very quietly, like you said, or there's like blaster noises, or you're learning who's who, and you're like, what's that character's name? What did they say? So yeah, I do much better with captions on. I can't hear without my captions, yes. Yeah, I feel like this covers a good amount. And it also, you could still always turn like the Twitch captions on if you don't like these captions, and you could use those ones. So there's options. But thank you again, by the way, Amanda, for that raid. I'm, like I said, working on this cardigan today. For anyone who's new, hi, my name is Megan. I did not forget about this. I am a neurodivergent variety crafter here on Twitch. I'm usually cross-stitching, crocheting, or knitting on stream, but we do other crafts. A lot of things that we've been doing lately have been like miniatures and stuff like that. And I stream Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Weird names are ones that you don't know, yeah. Auditory processing issues. Hubby and I watch TV with captions. Your pronunciation is so crisp, though, that I can listen to you while you're lurking. That's wonderful to hear. Honestly, that means a lot. I try to I want stream to be relaxing, right? I don't want volumes to be super loud and invasive. Like, I try to keep my mic at a level that when I laugh or when Patch barks or something like that, it doesn't blow everyone's ears out. So I try to speak loudly and clearly when I stream. It's like the same voice that I use when I do voiceovers on like TikTok and stuff like that. So, nasty headache, taking the day off. You finished the baby blanket and you made a bonnet to go with it? If you have pictures, Elf, I would love to see the blanket and bonnet combo. That's so exciting. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well. I'm glad that you're feeling better. And I'm proud of you for taking the day to feel better. I know a lot of us are like, we'll just push through. It'll be fine. I'm the same way. I find it harder with shows and movies with all their sound effects and way too loud music. Or like when the commercial comes on. Like the show itself is fine, but then the commercial comes on and it's like, do you have a wreck? You're like, oh my God, please stop. Please stop screaming at me. Or it's like a scary commercial. Like it's a scary movie. And it's so loud and you're like, please no. Your voice is so good. I would listen to you read audiobooks. Really? See, I hate my voice. I think that all of us hate our voices. Because it sounds different in our head than it actually does when we listen to it back. But like, when I listen to my voice when I record something and I have to edit it, I'm always like, oh my gosh, why does anyone ever come to my stream? Why does anyone listen to me ever? But it's just because like our voices sound so different when we hear them in our own head versus when we hear them played back. Not being able to take ibuprofen cripples your headache treatment, yeah. No, that's not fun. YouTube adverts are all over the place volume-wise, yeah. Hate when your voice... You hate your voice that's so high-pitched in Valley Girl? No. You talked about that at lunch? I love that. James and I talked about that recently. Like, he heard himself and he's like, ew. I hate that. And I'm like, that's how you sound. What do you mean? And he's like, no, it's terrible. And I'm like, no, everyone thinks that. Everyone hates their own... Oh my God, look at Artemis now. The paw over the face. That's so valid. She's so cute. We hear more depth in our own head because of the resonance. There we go. There's the science. But also, Allison, I have a couple of these patterns from this designer saved, with a couple of other yarns in mind, because I just like so many of them. You'll have to let me know which one you decide on. Hydrate time. So you're not, Silicons, I just saw your message. You're not necessarily asking if the swatch can be updated or the hook can, like, you're just asking if there's like an error, basically. Like, is this, you could even ask, like, is this gauge, like, is this swatch, like, close enough? You could ask, like, or you could also ask if they meant for you to do 12 repeats of the pattern instead of 12 rows. You could say something like, that's doing 12 repeats of the pattern would be different than doing 12 rows of the pattern. So you could even just say something like, I wanted to check and make sure that there wasn't an error in the writing of the gauge swatch. Because there are errors all the time in patterns and amend them, like, things changed. Hearing my own voice, there's a small delay. Crawl up my own butt with the cringe of it. Yeah. I did a radio show when I was in college. My friend and I had a show that we did once a week. One of the other cardigans that looked through his hun, yeah. Never wear the headphones on the radio unless I had to, because hearing your own voice in your headphones while you're talking is confusing for your brain. Yeah. Work, how dare you? So, you're not necessarily asking if the thing needs to be updated. Like, I think what you have written is really good. You can ask, do they mean to do 12 repeats of the pattern instead of 12 rows of the pattern? Or else you can ask if, like, that, I would include that in the question too. I think that what you have written is really good. And I think that it explains the problem that you're encountering. And so if there is something that's off or wrong, they should be able to, like, kind of help from there. Spookerific, thank you so much for stopping in on that raid. I appreciate it. You stay warm, too. My goodness. Yeah, we have snow right now. So, I swear it sounded better in my head. Singing always sounds so much better in my head. Like, when I sing in the shower, it sounds so much better than if, like, you were actually listening. You had more snow last night. Yeah, we don't have a lot right now. Like, it's a dusting. We had some, it's kind of just like recovering the grass here. But I love snow, so I'm a weird one. See you later. Oops. To do 12 repeats of the pattern instead of 12 rows of the pattern, or if there's something else that might be off with my gauge swatch. Sounds perfect. My singing sounds better with the music up loud. No, that's fair too. This is pretty. The recording still sounds worse than your real life playing. No. You have nothing to apologize for. You know that this is part of why I like Twitch and streaming, is because of that back and forth and problem solving and helping. So you're so good. Oops. Drive home Saturday. The forecast shows home getting 6 inches of snow. Sounds like it's time to extend the vacation. Extra days in Disney. Oh my gosh, that was the biggest stretch ever. Did you see how big that stretch was? I love it when their toes do that. When they do that, like, oh, the big stretch. And then they, like, curl up again. Oh my gosh. So cute. Those little beans. Little ear twitch. Yeah, pack extra clothes just in case. There you go. Oh, Tiger, Smiley and I were talking about the new Pokemon cards. And I showed off my original ones. I know you've seen the original binder. But I know that you're a big collector too. Are you getting the new ones that are coming out right now? I already forgot what they're called. Toe bean tax with patches, where if she has exposed toe beans, you pet them. I love those stretches too. Goose has webbed toes. So she's a swimmer, Goose. I also love cats that love water. I think that they're so silly. Like the videos of people who have cats who just absolutely love water. Prismatic Evolutions, yeah. They're sold out every place that had pre-orders. Dang. What's special about them? Or is it just that it's the new card set, so everyone's buying them? Toe beans. Uh-oh, I see some toe beans. Toe bean tags. I can pet Artie's. I can touch Pippin's. If I try to pet Maple's feet, unless he's getting squeeze treat, like I'm clipping his nails. If I'm clipping his nails and he's getting squeeze treat, he doesn't care what I'm doing. But if I try and touch his feet otherwise, he's like, no. He'll like smack my hand and open his mouth like he's gonna bite me. She batted at you, yeah. No, I mean, we can... Oh, no. I didn't mean to turn it off. I wanted to make it bigger. I like how she's like, okay, Mom. Whatever. It's an Eevee set? Oh no, I'm in danger. I was saying I haven't bought Pokemon cards in like decades, but an Eevee set, huh? I like how she's like, I have to clean myself now because Mom touched my toes. That stinks that they messed up. So that people, like, with their pre-orders couldn't get what they pre-ordered. I hate that. I love animals so much. I know. They're the best. Animals are just so good. I like how she tucked that foot up. I mean, there's still one I could pet, so you're not safe, Artie, but I'll leave you be because you didn't come over here and disrupt me, so I'm not gonna, you know. Ads in 13, really? We've been live that long? Dang. Oh yeah, I had snoozed them once because we were showing off Pokemon cards, so they might be at a different time than when they actually rolled last time. Either way, still a heads up. Yeah. You're so good. I think I just snoozed them once last time. Which would be 5 minutes instead of 10. Yeah. You get like 3 snoozes that you can use. Before like you run out. And then it's like, no, I'm forcing it. I never understood people who like buy things and then jack the prices up and resell them online. Like if I have something and I'm selling it, I want to just make back what I paid. That to me is a win. If I make less than that, that's fair, especially if it's like opened or whatever. But like I'm not looking to like I know people who are like buying bluey things from like Costco or over in Australia when they did the Hammer Barn thing and people were buying like all the bluey stuff and then marking it up like trying to get like double, and I'm like, there are people who have like kids who are trying to get these things and you're just out here looking to like double your like I hate that. It starts yeah, it hurts so many people. It's so ridiculous to me. That's why it's like, just don't buy those things. Want to buy a snowman bowl for Oh. I mean, that's how much I paid on Amazon. I paid $50, but I considered that to be about right because of the shipping. You know? Like, okay, yeah, the bowl was $20 in the UK, but shipping I know how much shipping is. And I'm like, for a box that size, yeah, it's probably going to be between $20 and $30 in shipping costs. I didn't think that they were going to send me the drop kick box, but you know. Really? I never would have thought that it would have happened with like nail polish of all things. That's so, I wouldn't buy nail polish from someone else. Sorry. Who's to say that you haven't used it? It's not like, you know, medicine bottles that have like an inner seal. And I guess, I mean, nail polish isn't really something that like, it's not like other makeup where, you know, you can like pass infections and stuff, but like, I have one now and it's intact. End up on eBay. And the creator of the company tells people, not, yeah, don't buy it. Just don't do it. I don't buy things that the prices are jacked up on. It's like I don't get the craze with the Stanley water bottles. Like, people are, like, punching each other in Targets to get, like, limited edition ones. And I'm like, I got this one from Walmart, and it was, like, $30 less. And guess what? It works better, and it has, I can drink from it like this, too. I can take the straw out and drink from it, like... But, like, there are 7-year-olds who are asking for Stanley cups for Christmas. Like, asking Santa. When I was 7, I wanted Polly Pockets. Stop. A water bottle? Stop. Opening them, selling the packs with a limit to prevent scalpers. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. It's a water bottle. Do they? And they leak. Yeah, I've heard bad things about that. Like, hold on. Water jug. Is this? You want to know the Stanley that we have in our house? We have a Stanley in my house. We might have a couple of them. Do you want to know which one we have? That one? This guy? The one that James got in Iraq and on other military bases? We have a couple of these in our house in different sizes. That's the only one that I have. That's the only... That one doesn't leak. That one you can drop kick down the stairs. Yeah. There's nothing coming out of that guy. I'm not... That's the only one that we've got. Thanks. Yeah, and kids bully... Oh, I mean, I remember that with Uggs. Like... Uggs were the shoe. Back then, and if you didn't have them, you were a loser or whatever. I got Skechers, and guess what? They were more comfortable, and they were cuter. Birkenstocks were one, too. Maybe those were like... Yeah, I was a loser, too. Uggs were a sensory nightmare. So many cheap water bottles, yeah. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with us getting water bottles, like... I mean, this one that I just showed is $35, okay? That military metal, you can kick it down the stairs, it's not going to spill. That was $35. This one is $45. This one from Walmart was like $20. It looks the same, and it doesn't... If I take this straw out... It doesn't spill. I'm not going to do that because that's when it's going to spill, but still. Oh, crud. Ads. Okay. Be right back. Take a stretch, get a snack, get a drink, use the bathroom. Get some water. Yeah. Okay, bye. Ugh. I don't understand these hives, y'all. I don't get them. I think that they're like kind of back because I'm taking less Claritin, and so has to get like used to that. But they're everywhere again. And they're bad. And my ankles itch. Like I just went and got hydrocortisone. I'm trying a new thing. I was always a nighttime shower person. And I decided to try showering in the morning. See if that does anything. Okay, so I'm gonna share this again, not to like be like woe is me and all that, but sometimes I feel like because there's a lot of us here, maybe other people have other ideas. So I share not for you to be like I'm so sorry, but to see if anyone has any ideas. So last night was really nice. James gave me like a back massage because I was a little sore, and this morning I woke up with a giant hive on my back where he was rubbing. So that seems like a friction thing, right? Like, here. Look at this. No, not that. Look at this. Do you see how big that is? So like that, no, he was not. I was lying on the bed like face first, and I was like, my back hurts, and he was rubbing on my clothes. So therefore, I'm like, is it a friction thing? Is it a clothes thing? Am I suddenly allergic to clothing? So we changed our laundry detergent from what we were using to a hypoallergenic, dye-free, scent-free, everything-free. Like, it's probably just water. Overreaction of the skin to... Yeah. I guess I'm still just trying to figure out what caused it to all start in the first place. If that makes sense. And I know that we might not ever know. Which is so fun. Let me tell you, I love not knowing. That's not actually my biggest anxiety trigger. It could just still be a flare-up. It hasn't fully calmed down yet. Yeah. And that's also what I'm thinking, is that since like I'm taking less Claritin and I'm still in a flare-up, that the histamines, like, because I'm taking less Claritin, are able to kind of like go a little bit crazy. But I also don't want to be taking 4 Claritin a day. That's very drying. So I'm just, one of the things that I was thinking, and I might call my doctor. He's going to be so annoyed that he has me as a patient. The amount of times I call. Because I'm almost wondering if taking like the steroid again, now that I'm not taking the multivitamin, if that would do anything. But like the amount that I have is making me like, maybe it wasn't the multivitamin. I don't know. Yes and no, Allison. Yes, because in that specific spot, sure. But I have them on my stomach. I have them on my legs again. I have them in places where I wasn't doing anything. Like having a back massage. You know what I mean? Like, there's one right there. And then there's one right there. And I don't know if there's there's some up here. And it's like, there's some there. My legs are gross.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah. Hi, Yarnia. I just think if it's stress, I've got bad news. I have bad news for my body. If it's stress related. Oh, goodness. Yarnia, hello, my friend. How was your stream today? What were you up to? What were you working on? Hello, Crazy Crafter. Welcome in. For any new friends, hi, my name is Megan. I am a neurodivergent variety crafter here on Twitch. I am usually cross-stitching, crocheting, or knitting, but we do other crafts. We play games sometimes. We do lots of charity stuff. It's comfy, cozy vibes, chats, crafts, and cats, and sometimes chaos. So, you know, welcome in. Uh-oh. Not me grabbing the wrong...
Found my people.
Not me grabbing the wrong stitch. Thank you for that follow, by the way. Welcome in. Oh, but it was where there's a lot of yeah. But why my legs then? And my stomach. Sorry, we're talking about health things, but it's like a tweed yarn, Jody. So it's in the yarn. It's like fluff. Let me show you it up close. I love this. It's so pretty. Look at that. It's so yummy. I'm making a cardigan for myself in this. I'm so excited. I think it's so nice. We have to do a raid star for Yarnia's raid. We are doing paper stars this year for any sub, gift sub, resub, and any raid. Raids get this pretty sparkly gold paper. And then they get put in our star jar. Our little star jar. Isn't it so pretty? Oh, and then this is the pattern. If anyone is interested, it's a free pattern for the cardigan that I'm making. Baby blankets to donate. Oh, I love that. We do a lot of donation projects here too. So that's awesome. It's like little sprinkles. Yeah, here, I'll show you the yarn. Here you go. Here it is in the skein. It's Impeccable by Loops and Thread. And this is gold tweed. Already over 2025. That's a mood. No, come back. Oh, the Impeccable. It is quite a nice yarn. It is pretty impeccable. Cats are currently bugging you? It is a very pretty yarn. Yeah, it's very soft. Their blankets are preemie babies. I'm so excited. First time I'm able to be part of such a thing. That's so nice. I love that. Yeah, we have to do some give back blankets on stream. Maybe we'll do that in the schedule next week. I have a couple of fidget hedgies to make next week. I got a couple of pre-orders. But other than that, my schedule is kind of open. So maybe we'll add Give Back Blanket Day. we're just hanging out. Maybe what I'm doing is I'm creasing them wrong. Is there like a certain spot that you're meant to crease them first? Like to make them puff up, right? Does it matter which side? Because I either get them like looking really good or they look awful. My little paper stars. This one is doing okay. No, no, no. Please don't worry about it at all. Thank you again for the raid. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you have a wonderful night. Here is your star. All done. And into the jar you go. Thank you so much. By the end of the year, I'm going to be an expert. It's true. I will be. I'll be so good at it. Thank you. Thank you for bringing your community over. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great night. I need to make a few to see if I can think of anything to help. Okay. It definitely helps with the thicker paper. I will say that. So whether the paper that you got, Allison, or like the gold star paper for the raids, it's definitely nicer than like the really thin stuff.
I found my people.
The holographic isn't too expensive on Amazon if you want. I mean, you get a lot of it. There's 500 of these. Thank you for that follow, by the way. Welcome in. Oh gosh, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it was 11. Are really just luck-based for me? They're either squish right or they don't? Okay. I'd love to try paper stars. Yeah, you can buy like pre-cut strips. Or cut them yourself. I do have thyroid issues, and we did have my thyroid levels checked, and my thyroid levels are normal. But you're welcome to also send me anything if you would like. Like, feel free to send me any DMs, like, with anything that you find, because I can always talk to doctors about it. Your chat pronouns are gone. Uh-oh. Mine are still there, so. At least it's not yarn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So this has been a project. I bought this yarn a while ago with the intent of making myself a cardigan, something to wear. And then it sat in storage, like in a thing, because, you know, I had other things to make or something else exciting, pretty, whatever came along. And I, earlier this year, was working on my yarn inventory, just getting it all better organized, making sure it was all labeled correctly, things like that. And I kind of realized just how much yarn I have purchased over the years for myself to make projects. Like specific projects in mind, and I've just never done them. So this year, my goal is to try and work on some of these projects that I have not worked on for whatever reason. Try to use some of this yarn that has a purpose, but hasn't been used. Oh, that's your mom? I love that. I think I need to go to bed. I read that as your miracle. Oh no. Hello from you and Hedgie. I'm so glad that Hedgie got there safely. I'm so sorry it took so long and that they were held up for some ransom there. I always try when I ship things overseas to mark things as gifts, and I try to keep in mind like the pricing and how all of that works. So I apologize that your Hedgie was kept from you for so long. But I'm glad that they're there to try and improve your mental health. But it's not adding to your supplies, that's true. Patterns just add to your pattern collection, but not to your supply. Yeah. Told me the customs people were really nice. Oh, that's good. Phew. I'm glad they got the nice customs people. Hopefully they let your Hedgie get a little stretch. Gave them some snacks. Can't see the digital files accumulating in my room, so it's a win, yeah. And then all of a sudden you're scrolling through your patterns in your phone trying to find a specific one and you go, oh my god, where did all of these come from? At least I do. But I'm proud. I'm using this yarn. I'm using this yarn for what I intended to use this yarn for. It's not like, because like everyone's saying, it's so pretty. It's gorgeous. It's a very nice colorway. It's a very nice texture. And I'm not like, it's too pretty to use. No, I'm using it. I'll need to organize my phone storage soon for that reason. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. I need to look at mine. Yep. Digital space isn't really space. No. Just takes up room on my hard drive. It's fine. It's fine. Use Google Drive to store yours on and back it up on external. Yeah. Google Drive is great until you start to run out of space on it and they're like, you can buy more space. And I'm like, oh no. Gotta collect all the patterns like Pokemon. Oh, that's not bad. Look for some external drives too, yeah. Snap, crackle, pop. This is the only thing with like big projects. They take so much time. You know? when I get to that, yeah. I'll just add that to the list of all the things I need to do. Think I'm zooming on it? I'm on row 13 out of like 63. Right? Is it 63? Yeah. You get bored doing them? Yeah, I can understand that. Sometimes it's nice to have a project that you don't really have to like think about the pattern on. Like, sometimes you just need like a mindless thing to work on, you know? And I guess that I have like enough projects that like I can swap between stuff. Like the Ryan's blanket is another one that's pretty like easy to work on. I like that's what I'm going to work on when we watch Star Wars tonight, cuz I only have to look down at the project like a handful of times. And that's like when I first start it, or if I'm changing colors or something like that. Like, it's otherwise I don't need to look. You're doing the same cardigan right now? No way, really? Oh no. Can't come over. Oh, well, I appreciate the fact that your mom is like, I'm not coming because I feel a little bit under the weather and the other people in the household are under the weather. Because I can't tell you the amount of times that, like, we've hosted a holiday event and someone came even though they were sick. And you sit there like, oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming with your germs and giving them to me. So kudos to your mom. Use it to keep your hands busy. Yeah. Like, there are some projects I like because they keep my mind busy. And then there are some projects I like because they keep my hands busy and therefore keep my mind busy, if that makes sense. That's why you take photos of your works in progress, especially ones that last longer, so you can see the progress you've made, because sometimes it feels like you're not making any progress. Yes. Absolutely. There are times where you're like, wow, what did I do today? And you just kind of sit there like... Like, today is good because I can see I've done all of this. I've done all of this today. But, like, I feel like the middle section, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. Like, rows 20 to 40, you're going to be like, am I even doing anything? And then when you start getting closer to the end, you're like, oh, there's the end. I am doing something. Let you choose, yeah. That's good, though, honestly. Usually more mind busy. Blanket pattern you have is definitely hands busy, yeah. Have to remind myself each round is 300 stitches. No way I can take care of yourself if you get something, yeah. For sure. Yeah, see, I hate that. I hate that. It's one thing if you don't know, okay? I can't fault someone who took like a COVID test and it came back negative, and then like the next day it came back positive. That's not your fault. If you took one and you were trying to be like I'm not going to be like, you tried. But when you know and you still send your kids or you still go someplace yourself, no, absolutely not. Bad enough when people send their kids to school with these things, but extracurriculars should always be missed. Yeah. That's smart, changing the day so that you don't have to deal with them. Have a safe drive home. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you hear back from Hirschner's. Become super careful, yeah. Like when I was congested earlier this month and like my nose was kind of runny and like I had doctor's appointments, you better believe I was masked up and I didn't take it off when I was in the room with the doctor. I kept that on. I didn't know why I was like feeling so cruddy. You know, my COVID test said it was negative, but like still. Plus, if I'm already feeling cruddy, what happens if they have something? And then I get it because I was already weak. Yeah. Oops. Hooray. Round 14 done. Aw, no worries. She does sound great. I'm so glad that even though your government is being stupid, just like mine is, that you have people around you who still care and who still are doing, like, I feel like it says a lot about them, but it also says a lot about you. That you are just like a sweet bean. Because, you know, people aren't going to go out of their way for someone who's an ass. But good on them for helping, for picking up the slack where the government's messed up, you know. Belated cross-stitch present for a friend. Ooh, that's exciting. What's the cross-stitch of? Of her pet. But that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, she's gonna love that. Those sorts of gifts are so special. It's only a little mini one. That's fine. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well. I definitely understand that. That's such a nice gift. Yeah, he just started over a hat for the third time. Oh no. You don't like the other yarns, so that one feels nice in your hands? Oh, that's good. I hate when you get like a yarn that maybe it felt nice when you like touched it in the skein, but like when you start working with it, you're like, this feels terrible. It's moving at the end of the month, so I'm saying I'm not shipping it until she's at the new place. That is smart, yeah. By the way, Tigress, I don't know if you're still here, but I wanted to let you know I checked in with Throne because I hadn't gotten that mini that you gifted. And evidently it has like, it's supposed to be here between like the 18th and like the 20 something. So I guess there was like some kind of delay because I was worrying about that. So I don't want you to think that like you missed me opening it or anything like that. It's just evidently taking its time getting here. Be an excuse so I don't have to try and hyper focus on it. Yeah. And I hear that. Let you take a little break too. Muscle pain from the coughing. Ugh. At least that's it. Yeah. I can get over that with rest. Mm-hmm. That's good. Oh my gosh, those toes are all stretched out again. Look, oh my goodness. The bed that she's lying on is heated. It must feel so nice. I know, the beans. Like, it's really cute when sometimes I'll sit down and like she'll come over, or Maple too, same thing. And like you can tell that they've been in their heated bed because their little feet are warm. And you're just like, oh, I love you so much. Little toes and tummy are warm. Ooh, nice. You're moving quick on that, Scruffy. Started it 2 days ago? Still. Hello, I'm on round 16 right now out of 63. This is day 1 of the back. I know, different patterns and all of that, but still, that's great. I want to make a hexy cardigan too. And I have enough yarn to do it, I just got to figure out which one. Which one to make it in. Man, I for sure thought that I was going to end up running out of yarn on like one of these last 2 rows, and I'm still going. Which is good. Because I've got a limited number of these. Oops. Gorgeous like brown and gray multicolor yarn. Haven't decided what to do with it yet. Yeah. I knew that this one was set aside to make... I had a couple of different cardigans that I've saved, or like even like pullover sweaters and things like that. And I know that this one was saved for one of them, and I feel like it was actually this one. Like, I feel like I bought this specifically for this pattern. But... if I did, I should have bought an extra skein. I mean, I should have plenty, but still. Always nerve-wracking. $16 done. A Sfeel round boy. Oh my gosh. So Patch, this is random, I know. Patch is in James's office, and I just heard him like coughing because, you know, he licks himself and he gets fur balls. But it made me think of this video that I sent to James. Okay, you know the Steve song? Do 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 Steve. Okay.
Believe that it's finally me and you and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 Steve. Believe that it's finally me.
It kills me because like how unhinged this dog is, and my favorite is when he coughs up wood chips right here. Like he literally was chewing wood and just went like and just wood chips sprayed everywhere, and I'm like like some dogs are, that's just, yeah, I can share it. Sent. It's on Facebook. Off to bed, no worries. That's awesome. I'm so happy that you finished that too. I hope that you have a great night. Pretty mustard color from your tent blanket. 1 pound skein of that instead of normal. The wood chips is such a Diesel thing, yeah. Like, I remember it was like they were interviewing on like a news broadcast and like talking about this one dog. And the dog on camera coughs up a kibble on their desk. Just does that same like open. It makes me think of like little kids when they're sick and they open mouth cough on you, just like that kind of thing. Spits a kibble up and then eats it back. And the news broadcasters were like, oh my god, like it's such a dog thing. It's such a dog thing. And then they just look at you like, that was great. It's like they gave it a treat on like the news break and it like... He gulps water too fast. Yeah. We have to, like, remind Patch to breathe when he drinks water, because otherwise... Yeah. They're special sometimes. You just look at them and you're like, how... What would you do without me? Out of the first skein. Steve. Have a good lurk. I'll probably be wrapping up here in a few. Finished a square and it's super cute. Are you going to share a picture? I want to see your super cute square. Oh, my word. Sorry. It's not you, it's me. Sometimes when you stretch, it just like... Yeah. Anyway. Just posted. Hooray. I will go take a look. Mouse? Let me go look. Ooh! Is this a color changing yarn? Or did you do the colors yourself? That's so fun. I like those colors. You did the colors? Very nicely done. Is that going to like be the color that you do for all of it? Hi, Lockpick, how are you? Or are you gonna like mix them up? It's very nice. Okay, I can't end on row 17 though, you know? You're just gonna stick with that just to make it easier? Makes sense to me. We're gonna end on row 18. Because 17's an icky odd number. Like if it was 15, that'd be fine. 15 is an acceptable odd number in my mind. Not 17. My one tip to you, Smiley, is to weave your ends in as you go. Because if not, you're going to end up with a lot of ends at the end and you're going to want to cry about it. Don't ask me how I know. It does, Lockpick. Look at it. It's so yummy. It's so pretty. Here's like the skein. You can see a little flex. Sorry, I'm very aggressively excited about this yarn and this color. I love yellow, but I don't look good in yellow unless I'm very tan. But mustard, like this kind of yellow, is the one exception. It works okay with my skin tone. At least I think it does. Hold on, y'all can let me know. I think that works. You know, reminds you of funfetti cake. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love funfetti. That's my favorite. Hi, Petrichor. I also pulled a bunch of this out, so. Funfetti cardigan, here you come. Now I kind of want to make one that's like actual funfetti, like the white, speckly colored. Do we have snoozes on the ads left? I do. Snooze. So once I finish this, we're gonna probably wrap up. Have some dinner. I haven't, no, but I do have it pulled up to watch after stream. What are your thoughts on it? A ruffly icing border, oh my god. That would be great. I feel like I have to do this now because that's like the only kind of fun, that's the only kind of cake that I want for my birthday is funfetti. Oh, it's itchy faced. Probably wait a couple years. Yeah. They should have just called it the Switch XL because it's just bigger. Uses the same cartridges. Yeah, sometimes I don't understand how gaming systems name their things. If I'm being honest. Sometimes they're just, it's a head scratcher. Marketing. But like, when they did, I don't know, like the Xbox like 360, like why 360? You know, like where do you go from there? Like at least with the PlayStation, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes sense. I know which PlayStation, where it goes in the order. Xbox lost their minds. Yes. You see? Okay, I'm not the only one. Like, okay, maybe it's not the most original, but at least it's logical. Yeah, someone just like closed their eyes and were like, this is the number. Okay. Whatever you say. They let a cat choose? Alright. 18 rows done. Hooray! Many, many more to go, but that's fine. We're making progress. We're making progress. You love to see it. And it looks really good. Like, the pattern, the yarn. Microsoft OS has also never made sense. 95, 98. Yeah, okay, those were years. That made sense. They went in year order. And then XP, Vista, 7, 8, 10, 11. It honestly makes me think of clothing, too. Like, sometimes you just look at clothing sizes and you're like, who decided this? You know? Who decided it and why? God, it is like clothing. Listen, men's clothing, and I should say that anyone can wear any clothing. There's no such thing as men's clothing and women's clothing. There's just clothing. Okay? But like, when they do sizing, they classify them in those two categories. Okay? Let's just say that right off the bat. This is technically a men's shirt, my Glucon shirt. But guess what? I like the way the cut is. It's actually a little bit big, too. I like the cut of men's shirts better. And you know what? Okay, whatever. But like, I know if I buy James a shirt or a pair of pants with specific measurements, they'll fit him. It's a guess for me. He's like, do you need a medium or a large? Or I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So, sometimes the medium, sometimes it's a large, sometimes it's an extra large because they don't make any sense. Because an XL was too small, but a women's XL was, yeah. All the way to, I don't know. And that's the other thing, too, is that, like, junior sizes are, like, odd numbers and women's sizes are even numbers. Like, they were 7, 9, 11, 13, and women's are, like, 8, 10, 12. What are we doing? What are we doing? And it all depends on the woman, yeah, on the body shape. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why, guess what? If it's clothing and it fits your body, congratulations! It's clothing for your body. And anyone who polices that should get smacked. I said what I said. Like, I love seeing videos of, like, little kids who get outfits that they really are excited to wear. Whether they are boys or girls. Whether they're getting princess dresses or, like, you know, whatever. I love it. It always makes me so happy. Like, all the little kids who were, like there was one little boy I saw who wanted, like, what he wanted for Christmas was an Elsa dress. Guess what? Elsa's pretty badass. She literally makes snow. And, like, her powers are super cool. Guess what? That little boy got that Elsa dress, and you know what he started doing? He started running around going like this. Because that's why he wanted it. Like, calm down, people who are like, no, that's a girl's... Shut up. Shut up. It's a child playing pretend. It's a child wearing a costume, pretending he can make ice and snow. I love it. Alright. Anywho, it's time to go on a raid so that I can go and eat. And then maybe watch Skeleton Crew? I don't know. That's going to depend. We might watch it tomorrow instead. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you for the resubs and the follows. We made it to 4,930. That's very exciting. We're going to have a big celebration when I get to 5,000. So, yeah. That's cool. Let's go say hi to Tony. Well, Tony is working on her Van Gogh sewing quilt. It's really cool. You all are really going to like it. She's amazing. Let's go and say hi. And I'll see you all tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Tomorrow is going to be F off Friday. We're going to work on finishing a project. So Thank you all for being here. No, thank you. Thank you for choosing my stream to be a part of today. I appreciate you all so freaking much. And I love you all. And I hope that you eat something delicious and that you drink some water and that you take your meds and you remember that you're wonderful. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye.